Friday was NFP and we smashed the 100 pips during NFP by trading only gold. Now I sent this straight to my VIP channel right before the news was released because you guys know I've been very bearish on gold. If you've been following me in my free community, you know I've been bearish on gold for the past 2 weeks and I've been expecting gold to break even bigger levels, right? So during NFP, I got a very nice setup which showed that gold was going to go bearish. So I sent a signal to my VIP members and I told them gold could potentially even give us over 200 pips on this trade. If you missed last week's signal, do what to not miss this week's signal. In fact, don't miss any signal I sent in September. So then do what to join the VIP. Find the link in the description below to join my premium signal group, or just search for @AbaTradesBot. I've written it down below in this video @AbaTradesBot on Telegram to find and subscribe to pay to join the VIP, right? Now, if you really want to know about how to trade fundamental events or the news releases, I have a video for you on fundamental analysis, how to trade the news. It's a very detailed video and I would say one of the best videos that I've ever made on fundamental analysis. And if you really want to know much about fundamental analysis or how to trade news events like the NFP by just using the fundamental data, do watch that video and you're going to learn so much from it, right? But in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I traded the NFP with this particular strategy, which made me a little over $900 and also helped me double my $50 daily account. Now, if you've been following me on all social media platforms, you know I've been trying to do a $50 daily challenge account where I deposit $50 every day and then flip it to over $50 to $300 or even $500 in a single day, depending on the setups that I get or the setups I send to my VIP, right? I want to teach you this strategy on gold so that whenever you are trading any news event or even just trading a normal trading day on gold, you can use this strategy to catch very good moves for yourself. So then just stick with me to the end of this video, right? And if you're new to this channel, please do what to hit the subscribe button right below. This is AbaTrades Forex Academy, and on this channel, I teach you all about Forex trading from scratch. If you watch all my previous videos, I started with teaching you about Forex trading from scratch. So if you don't have any idea about Forex trading, then you can go back to my first video, watch everything in a chronological order, and then build up to where we are currently now, right? Now, also on this channel, we trade only gold. So if you want to learn how I trade gold or if you want to understand the gold market, do well to subscribe to this channel. I know most of you are scared of gold, but trust me, it's one of the best pairs that you can get if you understand market structure and some basic things that you just need to know for yourself as a trader, right? Let me just cut all the talks and let's just move straight into the charts now. Okay, guys, so this is gold on the 4-hour time frame, and you can see gold has been trending upwards all the way from down here. But when we got here for a number of days, this was from 20th August to Friday 6th September, gold was still ranging, right? So we can just draw a rectangle around this just to show the ranging markets. Okay, so you have a ranging market here. Let me just change this color to this. Okay, so you have a ranging market here. Now when it comes to ranging markets, I know most people say don't trade the ranging market, don't trade it, but then there's a way to trade the ranging market. Okay, just target the tops and then the bottoms. That's simply how to trade the ranging market. So you just target the tops, which is the resistance zones. Okay, so we just change the color here to make this visible. Then we have the support zones just down here. So we have our resistance zones and then we have our support zones down here. So the way you can trade the ranging market is that when price comes back into the resistance here, you sell to the downside. When price comes into the support here, you also sell to the upside until eventually there's a breakout of the zone, okay, a retest of it, and then a push up to the outside, right? Same thing if price also breaks outside of this range, wait for a retest of the zone, then we move to the downside. But then at the moment, we don't have any trade, and we can't say because it's a ranging market, we won't take a trade for the day, we'll just be there, we won't make any profit of the market. You have to find a way to always trade any market. You have to be a flexible trader, right? So when market is trending, you know how to trade it. When market is ranging for even a number of days or a number of weeks or months, you still know how to trade it, right? So in this case, we'll be expecting price coming back into any of the zones here again, because we can see when price gets into the zones here, we can see a sell reaction. Price comes here first time, there's a sell reaction. Price comes here, bearish pressure. Price comes here, bearish pressure. Same thing. So we're expecting that if price hits here, there will be a bearish pressure unless price breaks out, right? So then this was NFP day, and when I came on the market, this was what I saw, right? Now this was somewhere around 6:30, which was 30 minutes to London session opening. So I could see markets trending upwards on this short movement here, right? So then I took my trend line tool and then tried to find the trend the market was in. So then I'll take my first touch from this zone. This was my first touch, right? My first swing low zone. If you've watched my video on trend line strategy, you understand what I'm doing. And we have a second touch here. So ideally we'll be expecting that price will just tap the trend line for the next time and then push up, right? Probably maybe break out of the resistance here. And then let's see what happens on this trend line. So when London session opened, we got price rejecting the trend line again, but then had broken it slightly, and I didn't want to risk it. I wanted to see a proper bullish candle, okay, showing some bullish pressure coming in. You can see the kind of candle we had here. You have a proper bullish candle. You have bullish candles also at this level here. I was expecting a proper bullish candle in this zone or around this trend line area before going in for buys, right? So then let's just see what happens. Now immediately I could see something. Price broke this trend line with a very big bearish candle. This is a very healthy bearish candle. I was expecting a bullish candle, something like this, okay, this candle right here, to close somewhere above the trend line, but then price didn't do that. It closed rather with a heavy bearish candle. After this candle broke the trend line, rejected, we had this candle also breaking the trend line and rejecting. We have this big bearish candle finally closing below the trend line, giving me that indication that price may possibly sell. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for a trend line break and retest. If you watch my video on trend line strategy, you know how to exactly trade a trend line break and retest, right? So I'll be waiting for a retest on the trend line, then enter for a sales, right? So this is exactly how I was going to trade it. This bearish candle here was my confirmation, has broken the trend line, and I'm waiting for a retest. Now, when most people are trading the trend line break and retest, they make a mistake in the sense that whenever price touches the trend line, then they want to sell. But then there's one confluence that I usually teach my mentees. You should always find a proper resistance zone around the trend line area so that you'll be safe, okay? So in this case, around this trend line break and retest area, we have a resistance zone here, which is this level right here. So this becomes our trend line break and retest area. So after this candle close, I was just waiting for price to retest this resistance zone here, which is also close to the trend line area, so I could send a signal to the VIP members. Okay, so I was patiently watching this trade. Let's move to the 15 minutes. Same thing, we have the same resistance zone on the 15 minutes too, right? We have this candle also closing below, then this candle also finally closing below the trend line. Then I'll take my short position tool just to have my parameters ready, right? So now I have my entry here. We can make a sell maybe a little above this high, so that'll be about 40 pips, right? Then we'll be targeting the support. So then I can see we have a support level here, right? So we have a support level from this level to the body here. From this wick to the body down here will be where I want to take my profit, because there's a possible push up from that zone, right? So then, as I was still waiting for price to come into the zones, I'll just get my parameters ready so that I could send a signal to the VIP the moment price comes into the zone, right? So then I'll have my take profit in this zone, which is at about 100 pips, right? And then we'll have a retest here. Now there's something I want you to see. Can you see we have some sort of tweezer top candlestick pattern? We have this candle closing below this zone here, then also this candle closing below it, right? I taught this in, I think, last week's video. So if you haven't watched that video, do watch that video, okay? Whenever you have a tweezer top candle and you have another candle closing below it or above it, then it's showing that possibly price may go into that direction. So if you have a tweezer bottom candlestick like what we have here, and then there's a bullish candle closing above it, the possibility of price pushing up to the upside is high, okay? So same thing, we have a tweezer top candle form here, right? We have this candle closing below the tweezer top candle. Now we have another confluence, which is what the trend line break and retest, and then we are waiting for price to move to the downside so that we'll take our TP here, because possibly price may buy from this level when it gets there, okay? So then let's just see if we are tagged into this trade. So at this point, I was still waiting for price to enter my zone so I could send a signal to the VIP. So immediately we had price tapping our zone here, right? And I sent a signal to the VIP members to sell gold. Now this was a very good trade, trust me. Very, very clear confluences. Now let's see what happens after we were in this trade. Now we're running about 30 pips on this, then immediately we have price tapping right into the zone again, and then giving us a little over, let's see, this about 57 pips, right? So at this point we're still in the trade. So then we can see we had a break of structure here, right? We had a break of structure in this zone here, and then at the moment price just retested the zone and then came to the downside the more. So we're still in this trade. When price did this retest, I also added some positions on my accounts, right? Then let's see what happens. Then we had price even coming back into this same zone again, the retest zone I drew, right? It was simple break and retest. And then at this point, even if you missed the trade from up here and you still have that understanding of simple break and retest, you could also have your way and then enter the trade at this level here. That's why you need to really learn about forex trading, because there are some dynamics that come with it that if you don't know, you may think price is not giving a proper entry, but there's another proper entry that if I had missed this trade here, this would have been my next place to enter at, okay? Now this was about 50 minutes to NFP, right? Now 50 minutes to NFP, we had done roughly about 77 pips, right? Now one very good thing about trading the news is when you're able to get a very good entry before the news, it keeps you very safe. It's not now that you're going to wait for the news to come, then you're trying to find an entry. If you have a very good entry before the news, you know you can stay on break even, and whatever market wants to do is going to do it, right? So this is 50 minutes right before NFP, right? And we are still in this trade on break even, hoping for NFP to smash our take profit here and then possibly push up. Now the reason I'm saying price could possibly push up, or I had that forecast that price may push up, is because we had liquidity sitting right here. Most of the time, some of these news releases like to come and clear every major liquidity on the chart. So we had liquidity sitting right above here, and then the possibility of price coming to clear this liquidity after it hits our take profit here was very high. So I was expecting price to do something like this, come here, clear the liquidity, okay, then push up into this resistance zone here and possibly come down again, because when you're trading the ranging market, I told you we trade the tops and the bottoms, right? So this was what I was expecting to happen during NFP. I was quite confident of this. Now let's see what happens during NFP. So we have price breaking through, finally smashing our take profit and then clearing all the liquidity here back into the resistance we had here. So this is simply how we smashed 100 pips on gold right before NFP. We had a very good entry and we smashed gold in few seconds, right? Now let me just show you a very simple strategy that you can use most of the time during NFP, right? So most of the time when you're trading such news events, always look for a recent high, just a recent high that price broke out from. So in this case, this was my recent high where price was currently at before all this push up to the upside. So you mark the most recent high down. Now what happens is that most of the time when price pushes up to a point, there's going to be some form of exhaustion, right? So when you see that exhaustion, then you can start preparing yourself for a possible retest and then just scalp off the market, right? So in this case, it's very advisable to use a 1 minute time frame, all right? Because you can have like very clear and sniper entries here. So now I'll be waiting for a retest in this zone, then I'll just scalp the market 30, 50 pips, then I'll just be out, okay? Then let's just see what happens if price comes back to retest this broken zone. So immediately we have price in the zone, and at the moment as price tap the zone, we have about, from this zone, price has done a little about 55 pips. This is very good for simple break and retest. It can be scalping distance most of the time during news, but there's don't stay in the market for long unless you have a very clear confirmation like a clear double bottom, then price breaks the resistance level we have here. But then it's advisable that once you're able to catch some of these retests, it happens very swift on the 1 minute time frame during news events. So once you're able to get it, just leave the market immediately. 30, 40, 50, 60 pips, jump out of the trade. Okay, now another thing too is that if price manages to break this zone, okay, if you watched my video last week, I did a similar setup, waiting for price to come down, break this zone, and then retest this zone, right? This was something I was expecting to happen, then we moved to the downside. So I shared this setup on my main community, which is the arbitrage community. I shared this setup there, hoping for price to break this zone, come here, and then also retest the zone, right? Now if you've been following my community for a while, you know I've been very bearish on gold for the past 2 weeks. I'm expecting gold to actually break the lows that we have below, right? But then let's just see what happens. So let's check on the 15 minutes time frame. Price finally comes back and then closes below this zone we had here. So then I was waiting for a retest back into the zone here, right? So something like this, then we move to the downside. So I shared this setup to the free community. So I had my short position tool here, SL a little over 40 pips, so 45 pips here. Then I was targeting the next low, right? So if you remember, we did some lows on the H4, the bottoms and the tops. So here was my TP. This was about 400 pips by just risking 45 pips, right? But then let's just see what happened. So price started retracing, and then I was quite confident that okay, price will come back to tap into this resistance here, because this is a setup that I trade most of the time and it plays out, right? So still patiently waiting, because I don't like to rush after the market. Price still came very close to our zone, and just about, let's say this is about 20 pips to touch our zone. We missed this whole trade because price didn't tap our zone and then went all the way to the downside. So at this point, we missed the trade here and we're targeting price to come here, right? So this is simply how to trade gold, right? You can use this during normal trading days or during news events. You're going to have very good trades to come out of some of these zones. Just have your break and retest zone. Gold is not difficult to trade. It's just based on structure. Once you have your structure intact, that is it. You have very good entries and a very good or tight stop loss to catch very good trades. All right, so then that'll be all for today. I hope you enjoyed trading gold with me, and I hope to see you in the next video. Now I hope you learned a lot from this video, right? And also something to add up to your trading in this coming weeks when you're trading gold. Now just have it in mind that gold is a very easy pair to trade. Once you understand market structure and the basic things about forex, you can apply them to trade gold in the same manner. You understand? So if you want to learn how to trade gold, right, then just stick with me on this channel, because on this channel we trade only gold, and I'm going to help you be a profitable gold trader by sharing how I trade every single time. Subscribe to the channel and tell someone about the arbitrage forex academy. Also follow me on Instagram at arbitrage and on TikTok at arbitrage. Join my free trading community where I share my zones and set up on a daily basis for those in the free community to also be making money. And that'll be all for today, guys. This is arbitrage right here, aka the gold mother, aka the sniper queen. On to the next video, and peace out.